Welcome to Another Thing You Know. The keyboard that we use every day to type on our computers, tablets, and mobile phones have the same key layout. This layout is called QWERTY, and almost all keyboards that we use daily are known as QWERTY keyboards. But ever wondered why keyboards have a seemingly random letter layout? Wouldn't it just be easier if we have characters laid out in an ABCD sequence? In such a case, we won't have to memorize the random positions of all these characters. To understand why we type on such a layout, we have to look into the origins of the keyboard, which were designed not for computers. Before computers, typewriters were the main source of inputting characters on a paper, and keyboard was originally designed for them. Typewriters at the time came in all shapes and sizes, from rectangular boxes that you've probably seen, to the early circular versions with all the keys at the top. The main focus of the typewriter was to increase typing speed and accuracy. In the early 1800s, the layout on typewriters was originally the alphabet sequence, with the initial letters at the top and the second half at the bottom of the keyboard. But typewriters were fragile machines. They had moving parts with ink that used to manually stamp the alphabet on a piece of paper. The design led to jamming of manual parts when typing at a high speed for a long time. Essentially, the arm that used to move for printing got entangled with other arms. In 1867, Christopher Sholes, an American inventor, filed a patent for a keyboard with the second half of the alphabet on the top row and the first half on the bottom row. While this was a step in the right direction, the keys or the mechanical arms were still getting jammed. Sholes' solution was separating commonly used letter pairings to avoid these jams, effectively allowing the typist to type faster rather than slower. His original design was this, very close to QWERTY. When he sold this design to Remington Corporation, they made a few changes to his original design and launched the typewriter with today's QWERTY keyboard. There were a few differences between the two. At the time, people used to use small l and o in place of 0 and 1, so the Remington version did not have these two keys. With the evolution of keyboards and computers, the ones and zeros were also added, and the modern age QWERTY keyboard was born. Interestingly, even with the advancement of typewriters and computers, we still use the same keyboard which is now over 150 years old. This is not because there were no alternatives, but rather the wide adoption of the QWERTY layout. The best alternative to QWERTY is called Dvorak. It corrects a lot of faults with the current QWERTY layout. In Dvorak, all the most frequently used characters are in the middle row for easy access and quick typing speed, while the remaining characters and symbols are placed on the top and bottom rows. While many believe this layout is better than QWERTY, the mere popularity and the wide usage of QWERTY might never make Dvorak mainstream. Even if you map this layout using software on your laptop, your mobile will still have the QWERTY layout, so the transition between the two will not be optimum for your typing. So most likely, QWERTY will remain the design that we always use. But now you know why we have this layout on our devices. Please do like the video if you enjoyed watching it. Thanks for watching.